9.2 Quadratic Functions. To find the axis of symmetry for y equals ax squared plus bx plus c, we will use a formula. So x equals negative b over 2a. And remember, when we graph a line, x equals, that is going to be a vertical line, and our axis of symmetry is a vertical line. Now, last we learned how to graph y equals ax squared, and we learned how to graph y equals ax squared plus c. Today we're going to have y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. So we have the middle term now, and that changes how we go about graphing this. Because without knowing the axis of symmetry and the vertex, it is difficult to graph a quadratic function. So we're going to start by graphing the quadratic function y equals x squared minus 6x plus 4. And the first thing we always do is find the axis of symmetry. So looking at our equation above that we wrote for our formula, we have x equals, and our b is negative 6. So I have negative b is going to give me negative 6. And then I have 2 times a, and in this case my a is 1. I have to simplify this, and I end up with a positive 6 over 2, which is just 3. So my axis of symmetry is going to be x equals 3. That is the line that will show the symmetry of the parabola. In order to find the vertex, we're going to substitute 3 for x and find y. So we go back to our original quadratic function, and we're going to have y equals 3 squared minus 6 times 3 plus 4. We go to simplify that, and we get y equals 9 minus 18 plus 4. And then that simplifies to negative 5. So when we go to write what our vertex is, we found the x value because of the axis of symmetry, and then we used that, we substituted into the equation, and now we have the y value of the vertex. So our vertex is 3, negative 5. Now we need to find 2 other points to graph our parabola. So I'm going to substitute 0 and 1 in for x to find out what other 2 points we can use. So we have 0 squared minus 6 times 0 plus 4. And that's just going to give us 4. 1 squared minus 6 times 1 plus 4. That's going to give us negative 1. So now we have 2 more points that we can graph. Now we can start our graphing. We know that our axis of symmetry is on x equals 3, so this is the vertical line that provides the axis of symmetry. We know that our vertex will be the point 3, negative 5. And we found 2 other points that we could graph, 0, 4, and 1, negative 1. Now that we know our axis of symmetry, the 2 points that I just graphed, I can reflect over the axis of symmetry so that I could be able to connect the other side of the parabola. Now I connect my points, and I just graphed a parabola in the form y equals ax squared plus bx plus c. As you practice graphing quadratic functions in this form, you will want to use these notes as 4 steps to follow until you start to get used to graphing these. Okay, have a good night. See you tomorrow.